2025. Let's now take a look at the news headlines. Fake doctor nabbed for defrauding family of 20,000 kwacha for surgery. Government extends student loan scheme to LEVY MWANAWASA University. Contractors abandon sites in LIMULUNGA district over delayed funding. And in international news this evening, Gabon launches campaign for legislative and local elections. And in sports, ZESCO United land safely in Gabon ahead of CAF Confederation Cup match. Join us for these and many more stories after the break.
For immediate coverage of any breaking or latest news in Zambia and around the world on Camnet television, call the numbers on your screen. Television, bringing to your screens fair news, impartial news, credible and reliable news all the time. Get the whole truth on Camnet World News. Television, not just another channel.
Camnet TV News now showing on Topstar Channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube and on the Kane app. With the main news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smata. Education Minister Douglas Yakalima has announced that LEVY MWANAWASA Medical University has been added to the National Student Loan Scheme, becoming the 10th public institution to benefit from the initiative. Speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka today, Mr. Siakalima described the move as a milestone in government's mission to expand access to higher education for all Zambians. He explained that beginning with the 2026 academic year, students at LEVY MWANAWASA Medical University will be eligible for comprehensive financial support, which includes tuition fees, accommodation, book and research allowances, and a living allowance. The package also comes with insurance coverage against death, permanent disability and mental incapacitation, reflecting government's commitment to prioritizing medical education as a pillar of national development. Mr. Siakalima further said that the scheme will offer applicants flexible options of 100%, 75% or 25% support depending on their financial needs and circumstances. Currently, more than 44,000 students are accessing loans across 9 universities.
Beginning with the 2026 academic year, LEVY MWANAWASA Medical University will officially become the 10th public university included in the National Student Loan Scheme. This marks a major step forward in our commitment to ensuring that no aspiring student is left behind due to financial constraints, especially in the critical field of medical education. Eligible students at LEVY MWANAWASA Medical University will now be able to apply for comprehensive financial support, which includes tuition fees, accommodation fees, meal allowance, research allowance, book allowance, insurance premium covering death, permanent disability, and mental incapacitation. Applicants will be able to select their level of support either 100%, 75%, or 25% based on their financial needs and circumstances. This flexible model ensures that we can reach more students while maintaining sustainability. As of today, over 44,000 students are benefiting from the student loan scheme across 9 public universities, namely Chalimana University, Copperbelt University, Kapasa Makasa University, Mukuba University, Mulungushi University, Palabana University, University of Zambia, Zambia University College of Technology, and Kwame Nkrumah University. With the inclusion of LEVY MWANAWASA Medical University, we are not only expanding our reach, but also reinforcing our belief that education, especially in the health sciences, is a national priority.
Minister of Water Development and Sanitation, Collins Nzovu, says government has intensified interventions to tackle water supply challenges in Lusaka and on the Copper Belt. Speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka today, Mr. Nzovu said the measures reflect government's commitment to ensuring reliable and safe water for all Zambians. He said in Lusaka's Mutendere East and Kalikiliki, water bowsers have been deployed and interconnections completed to stabilize supply. He further added that ZESCO has been directed to provide a more reliable power line to extend pumping hours for Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company. Meanwhile, government has released 5.7 million kwacha for the Chiwempala Water Supply Restoration Project in Chingola, which will benefit more than 15,000 residents by year end.
Sanitation is fully aware of the serious water supply challenges being experienced by residents in various parts of the country, including Lusaka, Chingola, Chililawongwe, Mufulira, and Ndola. Government assures the public that addressing these challenges is a top national priority and decisive measures are underway to deliver lasting solutions. We've been told about challenges in Mutendere East, Kalikiliki, Baulen, and Kabanana. Government empathizes with households in Mutendere East, Kalikiliki, Baulen, and Kabanana, and nearby communities that have endured erratic water supply. To provide immediate relief, Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company has deployed water bowsers and completed an interconnection between Kalikiliki and Mutendere East to stabilize water supply. The key challenge, however, has been limited pumping hours due to power shortages. Government has since directed ZESCO to urgently process and connect Lusaka Water and sewerage to a dedicated power line, which will extend pumping hours and ensure water availability during the day. Additionally, we have since supported Lusaka Water and we have directed them to quickly replace the leaking 300 cubic meter ground reservoir in Kalikiliki, as well as implement equitable water rationing measures until the situation is fully normalized.
A 39-year-old Malawian and former postgraduate medical student has been arrested and detained at Kawata police station for allegedly defrauding a family at the University Teaching Hospital, UTH. The suspect, Michael Piri, approached the victim, Susan Nambea, 42, of Kanyama compound, whose son was admitted for surgery and falsely claimed to be a medical doctor. He promised to help secure the child's surgery through social welfare and received 20,000 kwacha of the 40,000 kwacha required. Police Public Relations Officer Roy Hamonga says after collecting the money, the suspect disappeared and remained at large until yesterday when he was spotted and apprehended by police. He is currently in custody and is expected to appear in court soon. Zambia police has since warned the public to remain vigilant against fraudsters posing as medical professionals, particularly in hospitals where patients and guardians are vulnerable.
Kawata Police Station yesterday, the 7th of September 2025, at 13 hours, detained Michael Piri, a Malawian national, age 39, and a former postgraduate medical student at a named university for the offense of obtaining money by false pretenses. Facts of the case are that on the 15th of August 2025, at 15:30 hours, the suspect, whilst doing part-time work at the University Teaching Hospital, encountered Susan Nambea, a female aged 42 of Kanyama compound, whose son had been admitted for surgery. The suspect is alleged to have forcibly introduced himself as a medical doctor at UTH and deceitfully offered to assist her secure her son's surgery through social welfare. He went on to obtain cash amounting 20,000 kwacha out of the 40,000 kwacha required under the pretext that he would facilitate the procedure when in fact not. After receiving the money, the suspect disappeared and remained at large until yesterday, the 17th of September 2025, when he was spotted and apprehended. He is currently in police custody and will appear in court soon. The Zambia Police Service strongly warns members of the public to be vigilant against fraudsters who masquerade as medical professionals in order to swindle unsuspecting families, especially in hospitals where patients and guardians are often vulnerable. Let it be made clear that any person found engaging in such fraudulent activities will be pursued relentlessly and brought before the law without exception.
Zambia has recorded 174 cases of cholera with 2 deaths in Northern Province, prompting government to intensify interventions to contain the outbreak that has spread across the border into Tanzania. Health Minister Dr. Elijah Mchima, at a media briefing today, said the situation remains under control but requires regional cooperation to stop further transmission. Dr. Mchima said MWANAWASA, Nsama and Mbala districts remain the most affected, with 16 patients currently under admission while 156 others have been discharged. He noted that the outbreak, which began in Mpulungu's Chipwa health post on August 5, has spread to Kasisi and Kipwa in Tanzania, with confirmed cases linked to funeral gatherings and cross-border fish trading. Dr. Mchima has since appealed to communities to practice hygiene, use chlorine-treated water, and seek medical care immediately if they experience diarrhea or vomiting.
I wish to give you an account of cholera outbreak in Zambia. Normally we are for outbreaks during rainy season, but this time in the northern province, specifically in Mpumalanga, we have been hit. As of yesterday, 15th September 2025, Zambia has recorded a cumulative total of 174 cases of cholera, with the 2 deaths giving a case fatality rate of 1.1%. A total of 156 patients have been discharged, while 16 remain in admission in treatment centers in Mpumalanga, Nsama and Mbala districts. The outbreak, which began on the 5th August 2025 in the Chipwa Health Post, Mpumalanga district, has spread across Kasisi and Kipwa in Tanzania and Chipwa in Zambia, highlighting the cross-border nature of health threat. We have confirmed cases linked to travel for a funeral and fish trading in Tanzania, underscoring the need for regional cooperation. Government, through the Ministry of Health and the Zambian National Public Health Institute, with support from partners, has scaled up interventions across all response pillars. Cholera treatment centers are operational, surveillance is being strengthened, households are receiving cholera water quality monitoring is also ongoing.
Government has engaged Applied Science Technology Limited, an independent consultant, to carry out a comprehensive assessment of the pollution caused by the February 18 breach of Tailings Dam number 15 in Chambishi. Minister of Water Development and Sanitation Collins Nzovu, at a press briefing in Lusaka today, said the consultant will examine the impact of the discharge on land, water, biodiversity and nearby communities and propose measures for remediation and restoration. He stressed that government's intervention was necessary after delays arising from a contractual dispute between the polluter, Sinometals Leach Zambia Limited, and its initial consultant. He emphasized that full cost of the assessment and cleanup will remain the responsibility of Sinometals in line with the polluter pays principle under the Environmental Management Act. He added that government had moved quickly to safeguard public health and prevent further environmental damage. The minister has since assured the public that information released so far is credible based on tests conducted by government agencies and independent laboratories.
ZEMA and Applied Science Technologies Limited have now signed a contract and work will begin immediately. The Minister of Green Economy and Environment will give regular and frequent briefings on this matter. 2. On the principle of accountability. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the law is very clear. Those responsible for causing pollution are legally obliged to bear the full cost of managing it, including prevention, control, and remediation. Only when a polluter fails to comply with directives issued by ZEMA or WAMA does government through ZEMA intervene to undertake such activities, with the cost remaining the responsibility of the polluter. In this case, government has done just that, as it has adhered to the polluter pays principle provided under the Environmental Management Act and directed Sinometals Leach Zambia Limited to bear the full cost of all activities related to the pollution incident of 18th February 2025 until the affected areas are satisfactorily cleaned and assessed through an environmental audit that is to be conducted by government through ZEMA. This is a pollution incident. Kana Water, ZEMA, WAMA, and an independent consultant have conducted field investigations, including water sampling across the affected areas. To ensure credibility and impartiality, the collected samples were further subjected to analysis by Alfred Knight, an internationally recognized independent laboratory. The results were further published in August 2025 by my office and the Honorable Minister of Green Economy and Environment. I must also mention that the sampling reports have also provided a clear methodology and specific sampling points which can be resorted to for purposes of verification.
Government says the findings in the pilot land audit report of the Nansanga Farm Block of Serenge District will help provide policy direction and promote sustainable land management. Speaking during the stakeholders meeting on the findings and validation of the Nansanga Farm Block pilot land audit report, Serenge District Commissioner Paul Masua says the audit report is a significant milestone in ensuring transparency, accountability, and efficient management of land resource in the district. Meanwhile, European Union team leader for technical assistant, National Land Audit, Florent Lasry, says the outcomes of the land audit was structured to include key land issues such as land tenure and land use. Mr. Lasry further stated that the European Union is happy with the report and that the findings will form the basis for future decision making. Nais filed in this report.
These are stakeholders and they are gathered here for the land audit findings in the Nansanga Farm Block in Serenge District, Central Province, conducted by the Minister of Lands with the technical support of the European Union. Government says the pilot land audit report of the Nansanga Farm Block of Serenge District will help provide policy direction and promote sustainable land management.
This report is a significant milestone in our efforts to ensure transparency, accountability, and efficient management of land resource in our district. I would like to express my gratitude to the team that worked tirelessly to compile this comprehensive report, which provides a detailed analysis of our land use, ownership, and management practices and recommendations presented in this report will be invaluable in informing our policy direction and guiding our efforts to promote sustainable land management.
Meanwhile, European Union team leader for technical assistant for national land audit, Frode Lasty, says the outcomes of the land audit was structured to include key land issues such as land tenure, land use, social aspects, and tax collection, among others.
So we are very satisfied with the outcomes of the meeting today. So we came here back to Serenge to present the findings and recommendations of the audit that was carried out some months ago. So the audience reviewed the findings and the recommendations. So the findings were all approved and validated. The outcomes have been structured based on our methodology. So we have 6 main sections. So from land tenure, land use, tax collection, social aspects, and also the quality of services which are given by the administration.
And Senior Chief Muchinda's representative, Raphael Leisa, had this to say.
As the Chief Dom, we are very happy that it has been revealed that 61% is 100% customary land. And then 39% is the one which is called state land.
Reporting from Serenge District of Central Province, I am Clement Kachari for NICE.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has dismissed allegations by economic freedom fighters EFF President Kasonde Mwenda that it plans to use 2 different voters' cards for the 2026 general election. The Commission has described the claims as false, misleading, and capable of undermining public confidence in the electoral process. Mr. Mwenda had alleged that the Commission would run 2 parallel systems of voter cards, the old cards from 2021 polls and the new ones currently being issued. ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Brown Casaro has clarified that there is only 1 official voter's card issued since the 2020 voter registration exercise, and that all cards remain valid until 2030. He explained that the ongoing continuous registration of voters, which began in June 2022, simply updates the register but does not create a second system. A concerned trader at Munyaule Market has appealed to government to intervene in a matter where the area councillor has allegedly trading spaces unfairly. Speaking in Lusaka, Boniface Mwenge said the councillor has continued to mistreat local traders after the market was demolished to allow renovations. He claimed that instead of prioritizing the displaced Zambian traders, the councillor was allegedly allocating stores to foreigners. Mr. Mwenge lamented that many traders who contributed money for spaces have been sidelined and left without proper trading areas despite their long history of doing business at Munyaule Market. Mr. Mwenge has since called on government and relevant authorities to quickly step in and investigate the matter, saying traders deserve a fair treatment and transparency in the allocation of market spaces.
Munyaule Market yapangiro mu 207 ni shipali basubye masebo local government then na wana bamayo abali ba manager kulya. So iyi market ero yapangire kwali kufunya abantu pachipalamba ebo twafunisha abantu pachipalamba nokubatwala pali ya market. So twatwala pali ya market bonsa abantu bali senda ma offer letter batwala di private kwacha offer letter okusenda ku civic center kulya offer letter bakupera bo twaisa kupera chono mbatampo kupopa wa popa. So nomba ifire chikaira government ya ishire bali search tabwino nokwacha pata pale moneka bwino leken tupange market isuma ya kuchira umuntu yonse akwate ukusekeramo then ile moneka chizona pa limtown yi market so kwadi ukutoba ya mashopu bali tubaira amashopu nokutibati uli wonso kwete yofa leta akengira mukati takwakabe umuntu kalira no apali no shita tule mwana kuchira cha no ifintu fyafire chinja bakansera wesu abadero shapalira market ba masawo lero bena tabarita nabali kukulusha kulipo fwe bantu fwe bakwete ama ofa leta ama ofareta barebo kutaki first base bapere bali abantu abali mumbali bali abantu abali mumbali civic center babeshi civic center baishi baiko.
The Community Action Against Corruption (CAAC) has raised fresh concerns over the procurement of 156 ambulances under the Constituency Development Fund (CDF), accusing government officials of shielding a supplier that allegedly failed to meet contractual obligations. CAAC Chief Executive Officer Brighton Tembo said the piecemeal delivery of ambulances by the supplier does not absolve those who awarded the contract from accountability. He argued that the deal must be subjected to a thorough investigation to clarify the red flags flagged by stakeholders. Mr. Tembo noted that the supply contract did not provide for partial deliveries or extensions beyond the stipulated delivery timeframe. He has questioned why government failed to terminate the deal when the supplier failed to meet deadlines, insisting that the company had no capacity to deliver 156 ambulances within the agreed period.
You know, the piecemeal delivery of CDF purchased ambulances way after the agreed time frame in the contract had lapsed and expired is something that cannot be used to clear the people who are involved in awarding and signing of the contract with the company that was contracted. You know, there are so many gray areas and red flags that have been raised by stakeholders concerning the purchase of CDF ambulances. You know, when it comes to government procurement system, you can be asked to purchase something, you even deliver, but if the procedure was compromised at any point, then that will raise questions about possible corruption and everything. And this is exactly the situation happening with the purchase of CDF ambulances. So this process needs serious investigations to establish the truth why that company, which failed to deliver ambulances within the specified time frame, was given ample time to even come and start delivering almost a year after the expiry of the agreed time frame. It is clear that that company had no capacity to supply the ambulances within the specified time frame, but they have started delivering well and good, but the procedure must be investigated. We feel there are some people behind this. No wonder this contract was not terminated when the company failed to deliver within the agreed time frame.
We now go to Western Province, where some contractors in the LIMULUNGA district of the province have abandoned construction sites due to delayed funding from the local authority. LIMULUNGA Contractors Association Chairperson Victor Mutemwa told Camnet News that many contractors have halted work after failing to access the necessary funds. He explained that the situation has been worsened by contractors who obtained bank bonds that are now close to expiring. Mr. Mutemwa said the financial strain has left contractors unable to proceed with community projects under the Constituency Development Fund (CDF) despite their commitment to deliver. Meanwhile, LIMULUNGA Town Council Secretary Namenda Kaonga confirmed the development and attributed the delays to a lack of funds from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Mr. Kaonga assured contractors that the council has already made requests for the funds and that once released, contractors will be paid to resume work on the stalled projects.
has already signed, and also we have already taken an advance bond for doing that project, but we haven't received anything from our CDF coffer. So we are praying to the government to give us the money, then we can finish our project. And now there is some project that we cannot reach there because of rain season that it's coming here. So we are appealing, and I'm standing to spoke to the all contractors. Other contractors, they abandoned. Other contractors stood there. Other workers, they are now taking the contractors to the labor office. So we are appealing to you as Minister of Finance, as also MP, to help us so that we go and finish our job, our project at time. And the contractors was mobilized the advance bond, but that bond has got limited time. So we are appealing to the government to help to send the money so that we continue to work our project and finish at time.
In 2025, we have quite a number of projects that are running, exceeding 20. The water reticulation are more than 10. The construction ones, those which are to do with the classroom blocks and the health, are more than 15. We started on a good note this year, and so far we have been signing contracts according to the schedule of implementation in terms of accessibility for some of the place. What we have just been receiving in the recent past is a number of complaints from various contractors that are in 2 to 3 categories. The first one is that there are some projects that were signed with contracts cleared and signed that have not yet been able to mobilize despite obtaining the bonds for them to get advance payments. Saying that in case it delays, the bond requires to be renewed at their own cost. But I think what I can assure is that this scenario is just a temporary setback. At the moment, the funds will be flowing because the necessary requests have been made with the Minister of Law Government, and the Minister have since been able to respond to give that assurance. It's just for a while that we'll be receiving these funds. Of course, would be concerned when we look at the weather. This week we have been able to see clouds forming, a sign that in the next few weeks, probably next few months, we should be able to witness the first rains.
And that particular story from Western Province takes us to our first set of commercials. But do join us for sports and international news when we come back. Do stay tuned.
Every Monday to Thursday afternoon, join us for the Lunchtime Cafe. We get to bring to you emerging stories making the headlines, media news, and we remind you of what political leaders and governance actors said back in the days. In Forgotten Stories, we emphasize to you the importance of eating healthy foods and leading healthy lifestyles on the Nutrition Corner. Get the latest updates in sports and critical interviews. Because we value your contribution to national matters, we accord you an opportunity to share your perspectives during the viewers' reactions. The Camnet TV Lunchtime Cafe is an all-inclusive buffet. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Are you looking for a reliable and efficient courier company with international standards? Then let UBZ Courier, your trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries, be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us now on +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapona Road, Woodlands, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Welcome back, and now in international news. Gabon has entered the crucial electoral phase with the launch of campaigns ahead of the legislative and local elections scheduled for September 27th and October 11th. The pause comes after the April 12th victory of President Brice Oligui Nguema, which marked a major political shift following the August 2023 coup that ended more than 5 decades of Bongo family rule. Interior Minister Heman, speaking at a press conference to announce the start of campaigns, highlighted the unprecedented public interest in the upcoming vote. Around 1,600 candidates are competing for 145 parliamentary seats, while some 17,000 are contesting positions in municipal and departmental councils. Here's a roundup of international stories.
Gabon is gearing up for a crucial electoral phase following the recent presidential elections. Following Brice Oligui Nguema's victory on April 12, which marked a significant political shift after a coup toppled the long-standing regime of Ali Bongo, Gabon will hold legislative and local elections on September 27 and October 11. The electoral campaign officially kicked off in the early hours of September 17 with Herman Imongol, Minister of the Interior, announcing the opening during a press conference. In total, approximately 1,600 candidates are vying for 145 parliamentary seats, while around 17,000 individuals are competing for various municipal and departmental council positions. It is these elected councillors who, through indirect voting, will select mayors, heads of departmental assemblies, and importantly, senators. More than 20 political parties are participating, including the ruling UDP party led by President Oligui Nguema, as well as the PDG founded by the former President Omar Bongo. The Federal Reserve cut its key interest rate by a quarter point Wednesday and projected it will do so twice more this year as concerns grow at the central bank about the health of the nation's labor market.
Changes to government policies continue to evolve, and their effects on the economy remain uncertain. Higher tariffs have begun to push up prices in some categories of goods, but their overall effects on economic activity and inflation remain to be seen. A reasonable base case is that the effects on inflation will be relatively short-lived, a one-time shift in the price level. But it is also possible that the inflationary effects could instead be more persistent, and that is a risk to be assessed and managed. Our obligation is to ensure that a one-time increase in the price level does not become an ongoing inflation problem. In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation. When our goals are in tension like this, our framework calls for us to balance both sides of our dual mandate. Tangible.
The move is the Fed's first cut since December and lowered its short-term rate to about 4.1% from 4.3%. The Fed is facing both a challenging economic environment and threats to its traditional independence from day-to-day politics. At the same time that hiring has weakened, inflation remains stubbornly elevated. It rose 2.9% in August from a year ago, according to the Consumer Price Index, up from 2.7% in July, and noticeably above the Fed's 2% target.
At least 11 of 14 migrants deported by the U.S. to Ghana remain in custody despite official claims they were sent to their home countries. The deportees told the press they were being held in terrible conditions at a military camp outside Accra, where some reported falling sick from poor food and water. Lawyers argue there have been no transparency from Washington or Accra.
It's been extremely difficult to get any type of information from the U.S. government about the terms of this agreement between the Ghanaian government and the United States government. In fact, we had to file a motion to the judge in the federal court asking her to please tell the U.S. government to give us a copy of the agreement.
Human rights advocates warn the deportations put lives at risk, while U.S. authorities have yet to respond.
And finally, in sports news this evening, ZESCO United has successfully landed at Lyon-Mba International Airport in Libreville, Gabon, on Ethiopian Airways flight ET925, arriving at 13:55 hours local time. The team is set for their highly anticipated match against FC 105 on September 20th, 2025 at 15 hours Central African time at Francisville Stadium for the 2025-2026 Total Energies CAF Confederation Cup first preliminary round. With their safe arrival, ZESCO United is set to focus on their game strategy and team preparation, aiming to secure a positive result against FC 105. The team's performance will be crucial in determining their progression in the tournament. Well, we can only wish ZESCO United all the best as they take on FC 105 on Saturday. And that sporting item brings us to the end of this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But before we go, a quick recap of stories that made headlines. Fake doctor nabbed for defrauding family of 20,000 kwacha for surgery. Government extends student loan scheme to LEVY MWANAWASA University. Contractors abandon sites in the LIMULUNGA district over delayed funding. In international news, Gabon launches campaign for legislative and local elections. In sports news, ZESCO United lands safely in Gabon ahead of CAF Confederation Cup match. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 22. It reads, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved." That ends the Bible reading, and that ends the main news on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, like always, do remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now showing on Top Star channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Kenstream app. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smata. Good evening and God bless.